Thursday, April the 2nd, 2020. Good day and thanks for joining us on the Midday News on the CRTV. Good day, Nicole.
Bonjour, Quinta.
You have the headlines.
Madame, Monsieur, bienvenue à cette demi-heure d'information bilingue sur la CRTV. Au sommaire de l'actualité, 284 personnes infectées au Covid-19 à ce jour au Cameroun. Face à cette montée des chiffres et pour limiter la propagation de la pandémie, le gouvernement de la République maintient les mesures restrictives édictées par le chef de l'État le 17 mars dernier pour une période de 2 semaines, renouvelable en cas de nécessité. Et puisqu'il faut faire baisser la courbe de contamination Covid-19 qui monte au Cameroun, le Premier ministre donne l'exemple par un conseil interministériel en mode téléconférence. Concertation depuis ce matin à partir de sa résidence du lac à Yaoundé. Nos reporters nous en diront plus dans ce journal. Vous entendrez des réactions des Camerounais saluant la décision du chef de l'État, Paul Biya, de créer un fonds spécial de solidarité nationale d'un montant initial d'1 milliard de francs CFA pour booster le financement de la riposte nationale contre le coronavirus. Voilà pour les titres de cette édition. Quintabel qui allait vous entamer la première partie du journal en langue anglaise.
That's correct, Dudu. Public health authorities in Cameroon have been emphasizing the need to respect the measures put in place by the Cameroon government to prevent the spread of the coronavirus that has today infected a total of 284 Cameroonians. With 38 new cases now reported, Public Health Minister Manauda Malachi has again called on Cameroonians to stay at home as much as possible, cover their mouth and noses, keep social distancing of about 1.5 meters, wash hands often with soap and water, and call the toll-free number 1510 to report any suspected cases. In the meantime, the vast door-to-door detection exercise initially planned for today in Douala has been postponed. As at now, over 10 patients have successfully been treated for the COVID-19, while 6 persons have died. The Cameroon government's follow-up committee for the implementation of measures against the coronavirus has been meeting since morning through video conference to evaluate the country's response plan to the ongoing coronavirus. Prime Minister Joseph Dion Goutey, speaking from his residence, has been concerting with all the ministers involved in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic at a time when the number of detected cases keeps rising. Star Building correspondent Christian Chair Atam is standing by live with updates.
Good morning. The video conference which is taking place at the Prime Minister's residence is a continuation of the periodic meetings organized by the government to evaluate the implementation of barrier measures adopted on the 17th of March to curb the spread of COVID-19 in Cameroon. Prime Minister Joseph Dion Goutey, sitting in front of a giant screen, is communicating with all the other ministers and stakeholders involved in Cameroon's response to the COVID virus. The agenda of the meeting features an update of the situation of the spread of COVID-19 in Cameroon to be done by the Minister of Public Health, Manauda Malachi. It also features an expose by the Minister of Transport on measures being taken to forestall a strike planned by transporters syndicates for the 6th of April. The Minister of Finance is also scheduled to explain practical modalities concerning the anti-COVID fund created by the President of the Republic. By organizing the video conference, government is showing an example to those who can that it is possible to work from home and to be effective at what one does. Christian Cheatam, CRTV, the PM's residence.
Merci Christian Che Atam. Nous allons repartir au cours de ce journal au niveau de la résidence du Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement, pour d'autres informations sur cette actualité. Et le point sur la situation du coronavirus au Cameroun affiche ce jeudi 2 avril 2020 38 nouveaux cas de personnes infectées, 7 décès et 10 personnes guéries. Au compteur, un total de 284 cas. À toutes fins utiles, en marge des centres de dépistage dans le littoral et le centre, il y a aussi la région du sud. Il s'agit de l'hôpital régional de Bolova, l'hôpital de référence de San-Mélima, l'hôpital de district de Kribi et l'hôpital de district d'Ambam. Contact téléphonique 694 38 84 44, 697 35 59 45, point focal Dr Mpoulet Christelle. Dans la région de l'Ouest, centre de dépistage de l'hôpital régional de Bafoussam, point focal Dr Michel Noubom. Il répond au 699 998 94 77. Vous pouvez également appeler au 677 89 33 28 et au 677 89 72 87, numéro vert du ministère de la Santé publique 1510. Nous l'avons dit depuis ce matin, le Premier ministre chef du gouvernement échange avec ses interlocuteurs à partir de sa résidence du lac à Yaoundé dans le strict respect des mesures de prévention édictées par le président de la République, son Excellence Paul Biya, contre le coronavirus. Le gouvernement donne l'exemple par ce conseil interministériel en mode téléconférence. Retrouvons notre reporter Laurentine Bekono pour les détails.
Quand le gouvernement de la République donne l'exemple, ça se voit et c'est encourageant. Commencé à 10 h, le conseil interministériel en mode téléconférence se poursuit. Un bon moyen pour le Premier ministre chef du gouvernement, Joseph Dion Gouté, de garder le contact avec tous les chefs des départements ministériels ainsi que certaines personnalités impliquées dans le plan de riposte contre la propagation du coronavirus au Cameroun. Et surtout pour acter la reconduction par le chef de l'État des mesures édictées pendant les 2 prochaines semaines, des mesures qui peuvent être renouvelables en cas de nécessité. À la lumière des opportunités qu'offre le Fonds spécial de solidarité nationale pour la lutte contre le coronavirus. Créé par le président de la République, le fonds est déjà abondé à hauteur d'1 milliard de francs CFA. Au chapitre de l'application des mesures édictées le 17 mars par le chef de l'État, le gouvernement de la République donne l'exemple. Dans la batterie des 13 mesures énoncées, la 11e mesure recommande en effet le recours aux moyens de communication électronique et outils numériques au sein des administrations publiques pour les réunions susceptibles de regrouper plus de 10 personnes. Voilà qui est fait et bien fait au niveau du gouvernement. Ici, à la résidence du lac à Yaoundé, Laurentine Bekono, CRTV.
The restrictive measures taken by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, to stop the spread of the coronavirus last April the 17th, 2020 in Cameroon have been renewed for 15 more days. The information is contained in a press release from the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Joseph Dion Gouté, who also adds that the measures could be renewed if need arises. Our reporter, Cynthia Etim, went downtown Yaoundé to get the views of Cameroonians on government's initiative and says the reactions are positive.
The prohibition of gatherings of more than 50 persons, the closure of bars, restaurants and entertainment spots at 6 p.m. and the respect of hygiene measures are part of the 13 measures put in place by government last March 17 as a response plan to the coronavirus outbreak in Cameroon. 15 days were declared to respect these measures. But with the growing number of infected persons in the country, another 15 days have been given by the Prime Minister, Head of Government, to reinforce the given measures to fight the pandemic. Cameroonians in the nation's capital have been reacting positively to government's move.
According to this measure which has been taken by the government, I think it is quite good as far as the situation is still difficult. I think we are supposed to continue with all these measures up to the way that the situation can be controlled entirely.
Some Cameroonians do not believe that it's a real disease. I think we have to follow the measures.
I think that every measure taken this so far should be applauded. I think it's a good thing that we try to curb the spread of coronavirus.
The government is leaving no stone unturned in the fight. According to some Yaoundé inhabitants, every Cameroonian is expected to respect government's measures if they want to stay at bay.
And over in the littoral region, reactions have also been pouring in since the creation of the Special Solidarity Fund for the fight against the coronavirus by the President of the Republic. In Douala, business persons, politicians and the civil society have welcomed the initiative and say more Cameroonians need to mobilize to contribute in this fund and reverse the rising global health threat. Alphonse Abongwa Achu reports from Douala.
The creation of the Special COVID-19 Solidarity Fund by the Prime Minister, Head of Government, on the orders of the President of the Republic has been described as another milestone in Cameroon's efforts towards tackling the health crisis.
If the President of the Republic do not take that decision, any other normal Cameroonian will not be able to contribute, because he is talking about Solidarity Fund. Solidarity Fund means that each and every Cameroonian should be implicated, because it is a national issue. It is a national problem. So it has to do with the lives of Cameroonians. So we have to save our nation. We have to save our brothers and sisters. So I agree with the President of the Republic, and the decision is somehow something to be saluted.
The sum of 1 billion CFA francs has already been deposited in the fund by the President of the Republic and to some politicians in Douala. The business class and all other goodwill citizens in the country should follow suit. The President of the Republic has already given the green light. All businessmen in the country should follow his example. That is what has been done in other countries. We need to support the state, and all Cameroonians need to mobilize in this move to make this a reality. For the last 1 week now, Cameroon has registered more than 100 new cases of coronavirus, and the trend is rather on the rise.
Madame, Monsieur, merci de rester sur la CRTV. Vous suivez le 12h. Sur très hautes instructions du président de la République, son Excellence Paul Biya, le Premier ministre chef du gouvernement Joseph John Gouté porte à la connaissance de l'opinion nationale et internationale que les mesures de restriction prises par le chef de l'État le 17 mars 2020 dans le cadre de la lutte contre la propagation de la pandémie du coronavirus Covid-19 au Cameroun sont maintenues pour une durée de 15 jours renouvelable en cas de nécessité. Le gouvernement demande aux populations de continuer à observer avec la plus grande rigueur ces mesures de restriction afin d'éviter de mettre en danger leur propre vie ainsi que celle de leurs proches. Les autorités administratives et municipales ainsi que les forces de maintien de l'ordre vont intensifier les contrôles sur le terrain et prendront toutes les dispositions requises à l'effet de s'assurer que les mesures édictées par le chef de l'État soient respectées sur l'ensemble du territoire national. Et le maintien de ces mesures pour une durée de 15 jours est salué par les citoyens camerounais qui souhaitent voir la disparition totale de cette pandémie. Notre reporter Elvire Ninangali m'a recueilli des avis ce matin. Écoutons dans ce reportage.
2 semaines n'ont pas suffi pour barrer la voie à l'ennemi invisible. Le gouvernement maintient ses 13 mesures de restriction face au Covid-19. Une prorogation de 15 jours qui convient aux citoyens camerounais.
Le gouvernement fait bien de prendre cette initiative parce que déjà il en va du bien des Camerounais, c'est leur vie qui en dépend.
C'est tout à fait normal parce que c'est pour notre sécurité sanitaire. C'est vrai que certaines activités seront bloquées, mais ça ne gêne pas la santé avant tout.
La présence de la pandémie en terre camerounaise ralentit les activités des uns et des autres. Les Camerounais réitèrent donc leur détermination à respecter ces mesures pour sauver des vies.
Si tous les Camerounais de nos jours respectent les consignes du gouvernement, on réussira au moins à confiner le virus et pouvoir faire quelque chose pour limiter les dégâts.
Déjà que nous, Camerounais, nous soyons conscients par rapport aux phénomènes qui nous entourent en ce moment. D'abord, les 13 mesures, il faut vraiment les appliquer, les mettre en pratique parce qu'il y va de notre propre sécurité. Bon, par rapport aux progressions, vraiment, c'est pénible. Mais on dit toujours que la santé n'a pas de prix.
Cette prise de conscience est déterminante pour le succès de la stratégie appliquée par le gouvernement pour tordre le cou au Covid-19.
Des voix s'élèvent pour saluer le sens d'humanisme du président de la République, son Excellence Paul Biya, après la création du Fonds spécial de solidarité nationale dans le cadre de la lutte contre le Covid-19 au Cameroun. Notre reporter Emmanuel Bican de CRTV Centre a recueilli des avis. Regardez.
Le dit fonds va servir, rappelons-le s'il en était encore besoin, dans le cadre de la lutte contre la pandémie Covid-19 au Cameroun. L'autorisation par le chef de l'État de la création de ce fonds spécial de solidarité nationale arrive à point nommé et l'initiative est saluée à sa juste valeur par les populations de la région du centre.
C'est vraiment une joie. D'ailleurs, l'Africain vit de la solidarité.
Les populations du centre réitèrent leur détermination à accompagner le gouvernement dans le financement des opérations relevant de la stratégie de riposte contre la propagation du Covid-19, question de sauver des vies.
Il faudrait que chacun, par le petit minimum financier qu'il a, même si c'est 100 francs, 200, fasse le geste. Et je pense à la L'objectif sera atteint.
Le mal gagne progressivement du terrain. Il faut tout faire pour tordre son cou. Et ce n'est pas l'argent qui fera défaut aux populations de la région du centre.
Moi, l'engagement que je prends, c'est d'activer et de pouvoir aider dans la mesure du possible, autant que ce peut. Financièrement, oui, je ne manquerai pas. Comme le dit l'adage, la plus belle femme du monde peut donner que ce qu'elle a.
Moi, je pense qu'en tant que citoyen camerounais résidant dans la région du centre, je pourrais faire, en fonction de mes moyens.
Quand implication conjugue avec solidarité, une recherche, action de type stratégique, une idée originale du président de la République, dont la matérialisation ne pourrait être possible que si tous les Camerounais mettent la main à la poche.
The population of the Uro-Labo periodic market of the Far North region have been schooled on the various preventive measures put in place by the government to stop the spread of the corona pandemic in Cameroon. This was during a sensitization campaign led by the divisional officer of Garwa 1, Ismailu Adama. We have details with Cynthia Nji.
Buckets, soap, sanitizers, amongst others, were items handed over to the head of the Uro-Labo periodic market by the mayor of the Garwa 1 council during the sensitization campaign in that locality. He equally edified the population on the need to apply measures put in place by government to curb the spread of the coronavirus. These messages were passed across using the local and national languages.
The message is to respect basic hygiene rules, the regular washing of hands, and the strict respect of social distancing.
Emphasis was laid on the strict respect of distances between shelves, a habit the people find difficult to inculcate. The divisional officer of Garwa 1, Ismailu Adama, also enjoined the people on the importance of respecting the 4 p.m. closing time at the market and equally to put in responsible behaviors by making good use of the items at their disposal. An initiative lauded by the people of Uro-Labo, who pledged to contribute their own quota to help curb the spread of the coronavirus.
Public, parapublic and other service providers in the Far North region have devised means to ensure continuity while respecting government's response plan to the COVID-19 pandemic. Information and communication technologies are being applied to coordinate work and serve the public while the Mara Regional Hospital is combat ready for any eventuality. Sylvester Atemken reports.
The challenges faced by workplaces have become a new front in the battle over the coronavirus. To meet up with these challenging circumstances, public offices in the Far North region have intensified the application of strict hygiene measures. Some of these measures include washing of hands with soap, use of hand sanitizers, social distancing, among others. The Marwa Regional Hospital have also put in place some makeshift structures to avert any case of the virus.
At the level of the Marwa Regional Hospital, we have been doing a certain number of things. We have been carrying out a certain number of activities in order to be prepared at our level to receive an eventual case of COVID-19. We are not hoping to receive those type of patients.
No case of the virus has been recorded in the region. The public service sector is determined to apply all the 13 measures handed to the population by the state at work, home, and wherever they find themselves. Local and administrative officials of the Far North region have been cautioning the population to play their own role in checking the spread of the disease.
And just time for us to welcome our guest on the Midday News, Professor Rose Lecker, Board Chair of the National Medical Research Institute, will talk to us about the best practices to combat the spread of the coronavirus within the Cameroonian context. She's interviewed by our reporter, Charles Ebune.
In this situation that it is, look at what happened in China, look at what happened in the US, and now if you go to Africa, you know, for a while we're wondering, the numbers were so low, but it was coming in. Now we see where we are. Where were we 2 weeks ago? You saw the numbers 2 weeks ago, maybe in the single digits, and now we are past 100. So we're moving on, you know, going on with this, And countries like Nigeria has a not so complete lockdown, South Africa has a complete lockdown, Morocco has a complete lockdown, Rwanda has a complete lockdown. And though the government may not really want, we can understand, want to have a complete lockdown in Cameroon because of the way people live. You know, I think we do need some, with all these mitigation measures that have been put in, I believe that we still need some kind of a, not a complete lockdown as such. You see what people, how people are behaving here in Yaoundé and Douala, where we have most of these infections. I would think that those regions that are not yet affected should have their own borders closed so that people from these areas like Yaoundé and Douala and so on that have the infections should not travel into those places. And so we can manage the illness in those places, you know, as much as possible where we are now with the health systems and what we can do. But the masks at least are helping. You know, the other measures that have been, you know, asked us, we have in our country, you know, those 13 measures that the Prime Minister put. I mean, everywhere you have mitigation measures. And if people would adhere to those measures that we have here, you know, the social distancing, we're sitting here, at least we sit far from each other, the social distancing that has been talked about, but you go to the markets and you see what is happening in the markets. You know, coughing and sneezing, that you should do it, you know, in your elbow if you're doing that. And most of all, you know, washing the hands. Now you find all those wash hands and so on into government ministries, which is good. But go to our markets and see what is happening there. That really, you know, it scares you. And we've been looking, even the bars that the city should close, it's closed and there are people inside. So there is some kind of sensitization, I think, that hasn't yet arrived to the people. I think we are sensitizing some people, but some others are not getting the message. Maybe we need to get our local dialects, all the dialects, most of the main dialects we have, and sensitize the population with this also. Because it seems people are not taking this seriously. Maybe it's because they haven't had the message. Because this is really a crisis, and everybody should take it as a real crisis. It's disastrous. Get at least from each region these local languages that you can express to the people, give them the facts. Maybe you can work with the scientists to get the real facts that you give to the people, so they don't go on with all these mixed messages and the mask with the leaves and so on.
C'était le professeur Leke Rose, invité du journal. Elle était face à Charles Ebounet. Madame, Monsieur, merci de vous joindre à nous sur la CRTV. Dans la région Château d'Eau du Cameroun, des spécialistes de santé s'entretiennent avec le personnel de CRTV Adamawa sur le Covid-19. Séance de travail en présence des dignitaires religieux et des universitaires. Une initiative du chef de station, Lazare Dolou. Salmon Kankili Babali, reportage.
Les techniques de lavage de mains à l'eau et au savon expliquées au personnel de la station régionale CRTV Adamawa. Il s'agit d'un geste simple, mais qui sauve des vies en entreprise.
Nous sommes beaucoup appesantis sur les méthodes que nous appelons les méthodes barrières. Et ces mesures élémentaires, surtout sur laquelle j'ai insisté, c'est le lavage des mains avec de l'eau courante et le savon Macabo. Parce que ce dispositif est accessible, quel que soit là où on se trouve, même dans le village.
Cette sensibilisation en plein air dans le strict respect des mesures de distanciation est retransmise en direct sur les ondes de la radio régionale. Les auditeurs et le public présent sont invités à tourner le dos aux préjugés et la peur qui va avec.
Il revient dans le cadre de la pandémie du coronavirus aux leaders sociaux, à tous ceux qui peuvent induire un changement dans la société, de faire tomber ces préjugés socioculturels selon lesquels la pandémie n'est pas une réalité, serait beaucoup plus une farce.
Don d'affiches aux professionnels des médias, mais également union de prière des dignitaires religieux. À date, aucun cas de coronavirus n'a été déclaré dans la région. Le personnel de CRTV Adamawa est déterminé à confiner la maladie par la force de la communication.
La communauté urbaine des Bolova consacre son quotidien à des actions de lutte contre le coronavirus. Le maire de la ville, Dr Jeudi Daniel, entouré de son équipe de santé pour promouvoir les mesures de prévention contre le Covid-19. Les pensionnaires de la léproserie de Ngalane viennent de bénéficier des dons dans ce sens. Rose Olinga pour les détails.
Loin d'être délaissés pour compte, les pensionnaires de la léproserie de Ngalane ont sur qui compter.
En fait, on ne leur apprend rien. Ils savent qu'ils doivent se laver les mains régulièrement et nous sommes venus leur apporter ce petit soutien juste pour les encourager à continuer de faire ce qu'ils savent déjà faire.
Le don en matériel d'hygiène du maire de la ville d'Ebolova est un geste salvateur pour ces personnes atteintes de la lèpre, bien au fait du Covid-19. Cap sur le marché Oyenga. Ici, le premier magistrat municipal d'Ebolova s'enquiert de la fermeture effective de ce lieu de commerce prévu à 16 h. Il n'est d'ailleurs pas le seul à se prêter à cet exercice.
Et vous voyez que M. le maire de la ville aussi a pris beaucoup de temps pour sensibiliser. Il est passé aussi à la phase répressive. Et aujourd'hui, au marché Oyenga comme au marché central, issus ces mesures, pour vous dire qu'on ne baisse pas les bras.
Des actions conjointes qui ralentissent le coronavirus dans son élan.
The sports family the world over has continued to react to the death of Pape Diouf, former Olympique de Marseille president, who died yesterday. The 68-year-old retired journalist and sports agent of Senegalese nationality died of COVID-19 in Dakar, Senegal. Romeo Kenny tells us more.
The death of Mababa Diouf was first announced on social media Tuesday, before local media in Senegal confirmed that the 68-year-old retired journalist died of the coronavirus. He was one of the 2 critical cases the country had out of the over 75 people infected. Before passing on to eternity, Pape Diouf was about being evacuated to Nice, France. He quit the stage, leaving behind a mouth-watering legacy in the world of sport. He once served as Olympique de Marseille's president between 2005 and 2009, a position no African has had the privilege to occupy again. It is during his reign that Cameroon's international player Mbami Modeste integrated the French football club. Added to his rich profile, Mababa Pape Diouf once acted as a football agent to reputed soccer stars like Didier Drogba, Basile Boli, and the famous Joseph Antoine Bell. The ex-media personality returned to Senegal in 2018 with his entire family after spending 48 years in France. His death has been described as a great loss to the African and European football community. To this effect, Marseille's fans have requested that one of their football stadiums be named after him.
Here we are in our magazine page on the Midday News today. The governor of the Far North region has used the cultural come-together of Northwesterners resident in Marwa to preach the need for them to live in peace and unity. Governor Mijiawa Bakari was speaking as guest of honor in the cultural event organized by the Northwest Cultural Development Association, Northwest Kuda, in Marwa that also featured a fundraising exercise. Henry Tatoe Kambi signs our magazine page for the Midday News.
They were quiet for 3 years because of the fear of organizing activities at a time when the Boko Haram sect used to push people to go to bed early in the far north. Yet with the return of peace to Marwa in particular and the far north in general, the Northwest Cultural and Development Association Northwest Kuda, Marwa, were emboldened to revive this cultural jamboree in 2018.
This is a very big day for the Northwest. Even though we are back, but Northwest in Marwa are united till the end of life.
Norwest Kuda Marua is made up of 10 family groups that are a reflection of the 7 divisions of the Northwest region. The Ngoketunja, Boyo, Bali, Bafut, Menchum, Donga Mantung, Mofam, Bui, Gemba, and Mekuda family groups that make up Norwest Kuda stage various songs and dances that usually spring up when there is a joyous celebration.
When people are celebrating, you come there, you dance with a lot of joy, you express your happiness.
This 4th edition of this Norwest Kuda Marua Cultural Bonanza was unique for some members who saw it as a way of telling the world that life has returned to normal in Marua. Yet this occasion was not only meant to eat, drink, sing and dance, it was also out to chart a way forward in terms of development.
To celebrate our culture and equally to raise funds to construct our multipurpose cultural hall in the Fano region.
For the construction of their community hall, raised the sum of 1.5 million CFA francs for that project. The list, they say, is still very open for those who are still to contribute.
Fin du journal. Madame, Monsieur, le Cameroun tel qu'il va en cette mi-journée sur la CRTV. De votre attention. Merci. Quintabel qui allait. Excellente journée.
Have a great day, Nicole.
CRTV News, ici, toute l'info.